systems of inequalities, something we haven't really learned yet, but you already know all the information to succeed at this. So the first one says the graph shows two lines representing the equation y equals 2x plus 5 and x plus y equals 1. Which ordered pair in the solution set for the is in the solution set for the system of inequalities? So for this one, we don't need any of this up here. None of this. All we need is this right down here. So we need it to come back true for this inequality and for this inequality. So we have to try both at every point in both systems. So this is going to be a true and false question. True and false. True, false. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rewrite this 4 times. Y greater than or equal to 2x plus 5. Y greater than or equal to 2x plus 5. Y greater than or equal to 2x plus 5. Y greater than or equal to 2x plus 5. Then I'm going to write this one over here 4 times. X plus y less than or equal to 1. X plus y less than or equal to 1. X plus y less than or equal to 1. X plus y less than or equal to 1. Now, I'm going to replace all of my x and y's and everything to help me. So this is the same thing that we do with the 3D inequalities, but this time now we're doing 2 points. So anywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace with our x values. So let's just focus on the first one, 0. So anywhere I see an x, I'm going to put 0. 0, 0. Anywhere I see a y, I'm going to put 7. This 7 goes here. 7 goes here. So I can do true and false. Now I'm going to do true and false for the first one. So I'm going to do parentheses 7, control equals, that's how you get that symbol, 2, 0, plus 5. That gave me true. So it gave me true. Now I'm going to try the other one. This one right here. I'm going to try this one. Parentheses 0 plus parentheses 7, control equals less than or equal to 1, enter. That gave me false. It cannot be my answer. So let me eliminate this one. It cannot be, because it gave me false for one of them. It gives you false for one of them. It cannot be your answer. So let's try the next one. We have x is 5. So anywhere we see an x, we're going to put a 5. Then we see y is 0. Anywhere you see a y, we're going to put 0. We're going to try true and false. So our first one is parentheses 0, 0, control equals, we get the symbol we want, 2 parentheses 5 plus 5. That gave me false. That means I do not have to do the other one. If one comes back false, the whole thing is false. So let's try C. My x is negative 5. So anywhere I see x, I'm going to put negative 5. Negative 5, negative 5. My y is 0. So anywhere I see a 0, I'm going to put, anywhere I see a y, I'm going to put a 0. My bad. So let's try the first one. We have 0, then control equals, get our symbol, 2 parentheses negative 5, plus 5, enter. That gave me true. So I'm going to try the other one. Parentheses negative 5 plus 0 less than or equal to 1, enter. That gave me true. So this could possibly be my answer because both of them are true. So let me just try D just to make sure I didn't make a mistake. So I have 0. So anywhere I see an x, I'm going to put a 0. So 0, 0. Anywhere I see a y, I'm going to put a negative 7. Negative 7, negative 7. So I have negative 7, control equals 2 parentheses 0 plus 5. That gives you false. So this one is false, meaning my whole answer is wrong. So C would be your answer. So this is just a true and false question. So our next one says, Lola graphed the system of inequalities shown below. She graphed these. Select the section of the graph that represents the solution to the systems of inequalities. So I have to see which section is the correct section. So what I want to do is the same thing I do all the time in the other inequalities lesson. You're going to grab a point from each section. So let's say in section A, let's grab the point -4, 4. So right here, in the shaded area, -4, 4. -4, 4. Then in section B, let's grab a point. Oh, perfect. 4, 4. It does not have to be these points. It can be anywhere. It could be any of these points that are the perfect points. Okay? Then section C, I'm going to grab -6, -6. I like these because you can't mess up replacing the x and y. They're the same number. Then in section D, we have, this one won't have the same. We can do 5, 6. 5, -6. So then we're going to have to try these. We're going to have to try true and false for both of them. So I have, I'm going to try it for section A. So let's zoom into section A. I'm going to replace my y values with 4 first. So 4 goes for y. Let's move up 4. Then for x, I'm going to put -4. So, same thing. 4, parentheses 4, control equals 3, parentheses -4, minus, control divide for that fraction, 5/2. And that gave me false. So one of them gave me false. That means that this whole section is wrong. I can't use it. So the next one, let me just rewrite them. Y less than 3x minus 5/2. Y less than or equal to 1/2. X plus 1. I'm going to replace my y values for my 4. Then I'm going to replace my x values for my other 4. This is why I like them. You can't mess up when it's the same number. That's why I like those points. So let's try. Parentheses 4, control equals, get our correct symbol, 3, parentheses 4, minus, control divide, 5/2. That gave us true. So now let's try the other one. We have parentheses 4, get our symbol, negative, control divide for the fraction, 1/2, parentheses 4 plus 1. That gave you false. So this whole section cannot be my answer. So now let's try C. We have y less than 3x minus 5/2. We have y less than 1/2 x plus 1. So anywhere I see a y, I'm going to replace with a -6. Anywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace with a -6. So I have -6, -6, -6, -6. So let's try section C. Yeah, parentheses -6. Control equals, get the correct symbol, 3 parentheses -6. Then minus, control divide, 5/2, enter. That gives me false. So this cannot be the correct section. So this is not a good section either. So now let's try section D. Hopefully that gives me the correct answer. If not, I may have messed up. Y less than 3x minus 5/2. Then y less than 1/2 x plus 1. So anywhere I see a y, I'm going to put a -6. So -6, -6. Anywhere I see an x, I'm going to put a 5. So you have 5 here, 5 here. So we're going to do -6 less than, control equals less than 3 parentheses 5 minus, control divide for the fraction, 5/2. Enter. That gives me true. Looking like a good thing. Now let's try the next one. -6. Control equals for that symbol. Negative. Control divide for that fraction. 5 plus 1. Enter. True. So my answer would be section D answer, because they both came back true. So For the next one, I gotta set it up real quick. I kind of messed up beforehand. But for the next one, this is gonna be a pretty simple go-to one. You'll see it, and you won't see it on the practice, unfortunately, just because there's no way to do this on Google Forms. So what we did, we just want to show you how to do it. So it's going to look something like this with a drag and drop. And what we want to do is we're trying to match these equations to these graphs. So it says, which graph represents the solution set of each system of inequalities? Move the correct answer to each box. Not all answers will be used. So for this, we want to pick a point from here and try it for each one. Whichever one comes back true, that's your answer. Okay, so a good point in this would be 6, 6, 6, 6. So let's try 6, 6 with all of them. So we have, if we were trying 6, 6 over here, we'd have parentheses 6, parentheses 6, parentheses 6, parentheses 6. So if these come back true, then we would move that one to the graph. So parentheses 6, control equals, you'd put this 2, parentheses 6, minus 1. That gives me false. So this one can, let's label them A, B, C. This one cannot go with A. Okay, so we can erase all of our work. Now let's try for B. B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, to know if we checked them. So for the first one, we're still using the point 6, 6. So we have parentheses 6, parentheses 6, parentheses 6, parentheses 6. Replacing the X and Y. Same thing we've always done. Parentheses 6, control equals 2, parentheses 6, minus 1, enter. That gives you false. So this cannot go for B either. So now let's go see if it's for C. So we have parentheses 6, parentheses 6, parentheses 6, parentheses 6. So you have parentheses 6, control equals, get the correct symbol, 2, parentheses 6, minus 1. That gives you true. Okay, true, true. So parentheses 6. We're doing the next one now. Control equals. The next little formula, -3, parentheses 6, plus 4, enter. That gives you false. So this can't go for C either. So this one's just not going to be used. It's just not going to be used. Okay. So for the next one, we have answer choice. We have this next graph. So let's choose a point. We can choose -4, -4. Perfect. -4, -4. So for this one, I have y greater than or equal to 2x minus 1, y less than or equal to -3x plus 4. I'm going to replace the y's and the x's with -4. So you're going to put -4, -4, -4, -4. So we have -4, control, then parentheses -4 minus 1, enter. That's true. Then you have parentheses -4, control equals -3, -4, plus 4, enter. That's true. So since this is true, what we're going to do is we're going to move this graph, and we're going to move it right here. That's your answer. So this graph is your answer for this question. So then now we can move on to the next ones. So for the next ones, let's look at this. We need to choose a point. How about 1, 6? 1, 6. So we write y greater than or equal to 2x minus 1. Y greater than or equal to -3x plus 4. So I'm going to replace all the y's and x's with 1, 6. So my y is going to be 6. My x's are going to be 1. We're going to put in Desmos. Parentheses 6, control equals, the correct symbol 2, parentheses 1, minus 1. That gives me true. That's good. Then 6 control equals -3, 1, plus 4, enter. That's true. So what I'm going to do is move this graph into this little space, because that's our answer. This one goes here. That's our answer. So now let's assume that this one may not be right, and we'll check it real quick. So a good point to check is, let's see, we have 1, -3, 1, -3. So we have y less than or equal to 2x minus 1, y less than or equal to -3x plus 4. We're going to replace all our y's with -3. So -3, -3. Then of all our x's with 1. We're going to do true and false. So the thing is, these questions are pretty easy if you know true and false. They just take a little bit longer. That gives me true. Then for the next one, it's -3, control, -3, 1, plus 4, true. So this would be our answer. Right here, this would move into this box. And then this one just wouldn't be used. This is a true-false question. And that's it. If you have any questions, let us know. Have a great day.